أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Respected brothers and distinguished guests, I don't think I need to say much after what we have heard Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Aziz, the advice that he gives and the words that he uses. Obviously, there's nothing more that I can add to them. But in obedience to his instruction of concluding this Ijtema, I will just say a few words and not take much of your time. I wish to apologize to the guests who have attended this Ijtema and those who have stayed over here for the shortcomings and the delays that they would have faced on this site. Particularly on Saturday, there was an issue with car parking, drop-off, and many disabled people and Lajna suffered because of that. Unfortunately, despite the best efforts of the Ijtema team, with assistance of Majlis Khudamul Ahmadiyya as well, to whom I am extremely grateful that they continued to help us after their Ijtema as well, apart from setting up this site, which was a huge task. So on behalf of Majlis Ansarullah and the Ijtema committee, I apologize to all those guests who have suffered anything during this Ijtema, and we'll try our level best to not to repeat the mistakes which have happened, and hopefully next year things would be better. It has also come to my attention that some of the guests who were staying here probably did not get hot water in the morning. There are conflicting reports, but as I said, please accept my heartfelt apologies for that. The Ijtema also counts, as per Majlis Ansarullah Constitution, the annual general body meeting, which is held once a year. So taking this opportunity, I would just like to apprise you of the success of the charity walk held this year. As most of you already know, that Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Aziz very graciously guided us how to hold the event and how the event should be external facing. His blessings and guidance have had immense success. We have more than 370,000 pounds collected, and I am very hopeful that before the end of next month, when we will be giving out this money, we will achieve the target of £500,000 with your prayers and your efforts. One little leap which is left to achieve this target is the poppy collection. The poppy collection will immensely help. It is money which comes from outside and goes back to them. Another distinguished feature this year was that out of this £500,000, inshallah, that we would be collecting before the end of next month, at least 45% has come outside of the Jamaat. So the money has been taken, you have gone out from door to door and you have collected money, and you have collected money from your neighbors, and we are giving this money back to them, which is a great achievement. Under the guidance of Huzur Aqdas Sayyidahullah Ta'ala bin Aziz, Majlis Ansarullah has published first 14 parts and part 30 English split word translation of the Holy Quran. That is available here on site, it is available on the bookstall, it is available in Baitul Futuh, and it will also be available in your region soon. The only reason for doing this English split word translation was that when initially the Urdu split word translation, which was done by Khudamul Ahmadiyya Pakistan, was brought and published here, majority of you fed back that this is of no use to us. Our children speak English and we need English split word translation. So with great amount of effort and hard work, this work has been undertaken. So I would request all of you to please benefit from this. And I expect that every household in the UK will have this full set with them. We are not making any money off this. It is available at the cost price of £1. The project of Cardiff Mosque, which has been lingering over Majlis Ansarullah for many years now, I am pleased to report that the planning application has again been resubmitted practically, and I will request for your prayers that the application goes ahead. Majlis Ansarullah has done a lot of hard work in the southwest region, particularly for Cardiff, for this Cardiff Mosque. And I'm very grateful to Munawwar Ahmad Mughal Saab, who is a resident in Cardiff, who has developed lots of local relationships with councillors, local Welsh members of parliament and MPs. I would hope that this will help us to complete the mosque in this coming year, because as soon as we get the permission, the Jamaat is ready to proceed with building the mosque. The site already has been secured, and it is just a matter of getting the permission, and then we will conclude. The last thing I would want to mention is Shura this year will be held on 18th and 19th of December in Baitul Futuh. And I would like to end by doing some quotations from Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Sani, Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, who in his Friday sermon delivered on 22nd of October 1943 said, I envision that there is a great responsibility on Ansarullah. They are passing through the latter part of their lives. It is the period when man is worried to leave this world for the next one. When a person is going to the next world, he is particularly concerned about clearing his account. He is afraid lest he may not leave this world while his account is in a jumble, his actions unseemingly, and does not have the provisions which may be useful to him in the next world. As the purpose of Ahmadiyyat is to strengthen the relationship between man and God, then during such period of life and during this part of life, the extent of feeling of a believer has in this respect cannot be hidden from any person. Young persons can imagine that if they are lax in the service of humanity, Ansarullah will take care of it, but on whom Ansarullah can rely? If they will show negligence in themselves, if they will show negligence in discharging their duties, and will not succeed in creating the love of faith in themselves, and then in the hearts of the whole world, and will not make propagation of Ahmadiyyat as their foremost objective, and if they will neglect the reality that they are to revive Islam in the world again, then after the period of Ansarullah, during what age period they will carry out this work? After the period of Ansarullah is the period of angel of death. Angel of death does not visit to reform. Rather, it comes to have a person presented for punishment or reward that he has deserved. So once again, I draw the attention of Ansarullah that they understand their duties. Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wassalam says, God created man to recognize his Lord and attain nearness to him. Those who are bent upon materialistic pursuits and consider worldly pleasures to be his sole purpose will only get a little respite, and soon death will overtake them. True worship of God means giving preference to his will and his pleasure over everything else. And the true worship is that which is done in accordance with the commandments of God Almighty. Do not think that God will let you go waste. You are a seed of the hand of God, which was sown in the earth. God says that this seed will grow and flower, and its branches will spread in all directions, and it will become a huge tree. So blessed in one who believes in what God says and does not fear the trials which he suffers on his way to God. For the coming of trials is essential so that God may try you to see who is true in his declaration of Bai'at and who is false. Whoever slips at a trial, he would do no harm to God whatsoever, and ill luck would take him to hell. Were he not born, it would have been better for him. But all those who remain steadfast till the end, they will be shaken with quakes of calamities, and storms of misfortune will batter them. People will jeer and mock them, and the world will treat them with extreme hatred, shall at last come out victorious. And the doors of blessings shall be opened to them. God has addressed me and said that I should inform my Jamaat that those who believed and their belief is not adulterated with worldly considerations and is free from hypocrisy and cowardice and is such as it does not fall short of any stage of obedience, these are the people who belong to those who are the favorites of God. And God says that these are the very people who have a sure footing with their Lord. May Allah enable us all to benefit from the guidance of Hazur Aqdas Ayyadahullahu Ta'ala bin Assil Aziz. I would request all to pray from his long and healthy life. He has a very busy schedule. He hasn't had any break. Not a single day has gone free from before the Jalsa Salana UK. People are aware that he has been traveling and will be traveling again soon. Please pray for his health, that may Allah be with him always. I would also request prayers for Majlis Ansarullah, and I am very grateful for you that you have taken time and attended this Ijtema. May Allah be with you and you reach back home safely. Jazakumullah. Please join me in a silent prayer. Ameen.